Suzy's, played by Martell Edinburgh, connection to the late Holly Barton, Sophie Powles, has sent shockwaves around Emmerdale, with her relationship with Vanessa Woodfield, Michelle Hardwick, over and her friendship with Layla Harding, Roxy Shahidi, a distant memory. Matty Barton, Ash Pomishino, swore revenge on the woman who gave his sister money for the drugs which killed her, making a deal with his uncle, Mackenzie Boyd, Lawrence Robb. However, it seems he goes ahead with a plan without Moira Barton's, Natalie J. Robb, brother, as he spots an opportunity to get rid of Suzy in next week's episode of the ITV soap. The drama continues from the fallout of Suzy's secret as Layla receives a visit from her former friend's drug dealer, Callum. He turns up at the Takeout office to tell the businesswoman he will give her cash if she stores his drugs in the vicinity. As the business is struggling at the moment, Layla decides to accept the job, but she knows this isn't the right thing to do. By the time the next day comes around, the mother of one is already anxious, but her doubts are heightened when Callum turns up with a much larger bag than Layla expected. When the drug dealer ends up giving her some extra money, she doesn't know what to do, as her head and her heart is telling her different things. Later on, in the week, Suzy is surprised to see her drug dealer standing outside the Takeout office and asks him if he is dealing with Layla now. Unfortunately, Matty misreads the situation as he watches the two characters talking, as he believes it is a drug deal in which Suzy is buying the cocaine. As Matty jumps to the wrong assumptions, Suzy interrogates Layla about whether she is back on the cocaine, but she lies through her teeth and explains she is drug-free. When they both leave the office, Matty goes inside for an inspection and finds the holdall of drugs which he thinks Suzy has taken. Unsure of what to do in the moment, he grabs the bag and makes a run from it, but the next day, he has a plan in mind. Needing Suzy to take responsibility for what she did, he plants the holdall of cocaine in the back of the businesswoman's car. At the same time as Hess doing this, Rona Goskirk's Zoe Henry hen party is in full swing at the Hyde. Matty is furious to see Suzy there, and he wastes no time in telling her exactly what he thinks of her, which leads her to leave. As she gets in her car and drives off, Matty calls the police as he reports there is a substantial amount of drugs in the vehicle. With the drugs no longer in Layla's possession, she faces danger as Callum tells her he will not be responsible for his actions if she doesn't return them. However, she might not be able to get her hands on the drugs if the police do end up apprehending Suzy after Matty's tip-off. If the police decide to arrest Suzy, although she claims the drugs are not hers, she could be charged with drug dealing. This could mean she will end up spending some considerable time behind bars, as Matty's revenge plan will seem to have worked. Could this be the end of Suzy's time in the village as she goes down for a crime she didn't commit? The actor who plays Matty, Ash, has spoken about his character's desire for revenge and how this will impact him going forward. How well do you know your British soaps? How many times has Ian Beale been married in EastEnders? What is the name of Bianca Jackson and Ricky Butcher's son on EastEnders? On EastEnders in 2002, who accidentally ran Jamie Mitchell over in his car, which caused his death? How many times has Corey Steve MacDonald been married? What happened to Emily Bishop in Coronation Street? Who murdered Maxine Peacock in Coronation Street in 2003? Which incident in 1993 killed off 4 characters in Emmerdale? When did the show stop being known as Emmerdale Farm? On what day did Hollyoaks air its first episode? What was the name of the much-loved Coronation Street pet dog who was put down in April 2020 after 14 years? 1996 saw the arrival of one of Hollyoaks' all-time bad boys and rival of Kurt Benson, but who is he? Who is the longest-serving character on Coronation Street? Who shot Phil in EastEnders? How many fires have there been at Corey's Rover's return? Get out of my pub, you're no soaps fan. You're either too young to remember the big lines or have better things to do on weekday evenings. Casual viewer, you watch them sometimes so you kinda know what's been going on. Die-hard fan, you love watching the soaps so much your entire week is planned around when they air. Discussing the motivation for getting revenge, Ash said, he wants to prevent her doing again in the village what she did to her sister. Matty's a good guy, he's not vindictive and feels he has a strong moral compass and feels he has to stop her from what she's been doing. He really believes it is the best for everybody and it's going to stop further people from dying in the future. He really believes that she is an awful person that doesn't care about young people. He wants to stop her from dealing drugs, especially on his home turf. He's not happy about that. He wants to put a stop to it. Asked if the goal is for Suzy to spend time in jail, the actor added, definitely, he wants her to go to prison to pay for what she's done. Not only to avenge his sister, but to all the other people who are supposedly under her spell, he continued to explain. He is convinced Suzy is taking advantage of Layla as well and is no good. So, he wants her to go to prison for what she's done. But also so that his pain and guilt is dealt with, he won't feel bad for not being there for Holly because he's sorted it now with his revenge. Will Matty's plan work, and could this really be the end of the road for Suzy after just months of being part of the village community?